Welcome back. It's time for another book talk video. Today is Suspense Saturday, and I want to talk to you about the short story collection When Things Get Dark, stories inspired by Shirley Jackson. If you know the history of horror and thriller writing, then you know Shirley Jackson, surely. She wrote the short story The Lottery. She wrote the novel The House on Haunted Hill. She wrote so many great works. Her stories are often known as more of psychological suspense or thriller than necessarily what we think of as horror today. You know, she doesn't have the grotesque body horror stuff going on, extreme horror, that sort of thing. It tends to be more about anticipation, more about ordinary people who find themselves in strange situations and things just build up to get worse and worse, and then bam, something happens. So I think it's really awesome. The legendary editor Ellen Datlow, I hope I pronounced that correctly, put together this collection. And my goodness, it's got some huge names in it. Before I just list out the names to you though, I do want to say I absolutely love this. This was a wonderful book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, so I'm highly recommending the short story collection to you. Oh, and of course, I need to give the disclaimer and the thank you. I received this book as a free advanced reader copy as an ebook from NetGalley in exchange for an honest review. So thank you to NetGalley, thank you to the publisher, to the authors for providing that advanced reader copy. I'm very glad that I was able to get that and put together this review before the book even comes out to the general public, because I want to get you excited for it. I want to get you hyped for this book. If you're able to pre-order it, I suggest that you pre-order it if you're a fan of Shirley Jackson's style of writing, if you're a fan of that kind of thriller with your horror. So this includes a lot of big names. We've got Joyce Carol Oates, Karen Hewler, Elizabeth Hand, Benjamin Percy, Josh Malerman, Paul Tremblay, Richard Kadrey, Stephen Graham Jones, Cassandra Caw, John Langan, Laird Barron, M. Rickard, Shannon McGuire, and Genevieve Valentine. From the very beginning, I was captured by these stories. I don't want to give you a bunch of spoilers, so I will just briefly talk about the first story to pique your interest, and hopefully that'll be enough. So the first story is about these older women who are taking a bit of a risk. They find a house, and it's kind of out away from other houses, and there was a for sale sign, but it's kind of been knocked over or put down as if the house has been sold. But I think the characters just make an assumption there. And these ladies, it's so great. They decide that, you know, trespassing is just a fine. So why not? Why not go explore this old house that's sitting there with these kind of stories and rumors they've heard about it? So I think it's a great story as the different characters talk each other into engaging in their criminal activity and going into the spooky house and seeing what happens over time. Little by little, of course, strange things begin to happen, but that's where I'll cut myself off, because like I said, you don't want spoilers from me. You want to experience the psychology of the story yourself, or so I assume. When Things Get Dark, it's a great title, and I think it helps to convey that sense of suspense that you get with Shirley Jackson. Because at first you read the title and you think about, oh, when it gets dark, we're talking about at night, because the world is a scarier place when the sky is dark and there's potentially more danger. That's when the spirits come out, the ghosts tend to roam, and, you know, criminals can get away with activities in the dark. But really, when things get dark could be a double meaning, because it's when things get brutal, nasty, difficult, challenging, when bad things happen. We tend to say things went dark. So I really like the title as well. Hopefully you're interested in this collection. Like I said, it was a 5-star read for me. I don't get anything out of you buying it other than the joy of giving you a good book recommendation, and hopefully having you comment back to me at some point that yes, you enjoyed the book, that there were some stories in there that really surprised you and that sort of thing. That's it for today's book talk. Every day is a good day for a book talk. Peace.